Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I had a conversation with my friend who is studying nursing in Canada. So you're going to learn some things from her on how she applied for the admission and how she got, how you can actually get your visa and the job prospects after school. So sit down and just enjoy this content. Thank you. Welcome, Ugochi. Good to have you. We've had this conversation a while ago. Let's record a video. Let's share, your story with people. And I know you're studying nursing here in Canada, and a lot of people want to do so. People want to come to Canada. You know, um, Different people there's this Japa syndrome from our home country, Nigeria. There's Japa. But I think people should do it right, and that's part of what inspired me to start the content creation I'm doing, the YouTube channel I'm running, to let people know things they can do in Canada. Nursing is just one of them. There are many people that will still call up, to talk about this. Even me, I've not talked about my own, about the legal process. So today is about nursing, and you actually studying it here. So tell us, like, what was your background back home, before you came to Canada? What did you study back home?
Thank you, Bube. It's so great what you're doing with this channel. And I'm so glad that I'm here with you today. My background back home, I studied, my first degree was in animal and environmental biology. That's basically zoology.
Mm,
And I also have a master's in environmental management. So when
mm,
I came into Canada, I wasn't really getting the information I needed to like get into the environmental sector here, something similar to what I was doing back home in Nigeria. So I decided to go for nursing because nursing is multifaceted. It's one course that can still help me get back to environmental stuff. There's public health nursing here in Canada. So that was kind of my goal of studying nursing. So
Okay, so you basically what you told me now, you studied something science related.
yeah.
Okay. So what was the admission process like? What was the name of your school? What was the admission process like to get into nursing? You know?
Okay. So my school is Humber College, but Humber College has, let me just say had. Okay, I can use has because we're actually the last set of that program. So Humber College has, we're still here, a collaborative program with University of New Brunswick. So we're actually at Humber College, but we're doing UMB's curriculum.
Okay.
So the admission process was kind of easy because I'm
Mm.
doing an accelerated nursing program, which means that instead
Mm.
of studying a bachelor's for 4 years, I'm doing it for 2 years.
Okay.
So all they needed from me was my WAEC results that contained maths, English, chemistry, biology, with a minimum of a B in those
Okay.
courses.
Maths, biology, chemistry. Okay.
English,
English.
and then a previous degree. For you to do the accelerated program, you have to have a previous degree in any field,
Okay.
and then which combined with your work, that's the admission requirement for Humber College. However, if you're applying to some other schools like York University, University of Toronto, University of Alberta, um, Western University, all of these schools I've mentioned, and some others I can't remember right now,
Mm.
have accelerated nursing degree programs. However, they require that you should have some prerequisite courses like anatomy, physiology,
Oh,
psychology for some, and some even require statistics, I think. So they have about 4 courses that they usually require that you must have done in your previous degree or independently, but at university level, before they can give you admission into that accelerated nursing program. So
oh,
for me, Humber didn't require that. So I just give them my WAEC and my previous degree. Of course, I had to do some assessments. I had to
Mm.
do a West course by course evaluation for my degree, both the bachelor's and the master's. And then I had to do an ICAS evaluation for my WAEC. That's how
Mm.
they're able to interpret, your Nigerian certificates in Canadian form. So after you've given all of those and filled out your application, then you should get the admission. But if you don't have these prerequisites, or you don't have a previous degree, or you just
Mm.
feel like you don't stand a chance, because I know people who applied with just a bachelor's, maybe their grade wasn't that great, so they didn't get it. If you don't
Okay.
have all of that, you can just go for the normal 4-year degree program.
Okay.
So that one requires, again, your WAEC. You should have the relevant courses with minimum B. Some schools accept a C. I
Okay.
think I think Seneca College can manage a C, depending on the kind of C it is. If it's like C4, they can
Okay.
accept that. But for many since C6 is looking towards not really like a pass for them.
Okay.
So yeah, so the 4-year program just requires your WAEC results. And if you also have a previous degree, they consider that as well.
Yeah.
For example, if you kind of failed maths in WAEC and you did maths in your first year university and passed it like with an A or a B, they recognize that too, and they count it for you as you have the maths they require to give you admission.
Okay. So let's say if someone studied something that was not related to science, I mean, it was related to science, but in university, he went in a direction that did not have all these science related courses. Can you show only WAEC? That's what I'm getting to. Can you show only SSC? Is it possible to get the admission without the school getting to see whether you studied law or you went into marketing? You know?
Yeah, the thing is, for the 4-year program, the
Mm.
requirement is those WAEC subjects.
Okay.
However, remember that you're competing with people who schooled in Canada, people who probably have Canadian documents. So adding your previous degree might be an advantage for you, because then, of course, if you're over a certain age, I think most schools cut off at 25, they consider you a mature student. So as a
Oh,
mature student, they also consider your previous degree and, your
okay.
age. It's another class of students. So
Okay.
it doesn't hurt to add that.
I
It
don't.
might just boost your admission average and give
Okay.
you a better edge than just giving just your WAEC. And I,
Okay.
I also like to add that for some people, they did like arts courses in WAEC. So you did philosophy. What are those arts courses again? You did
Mm.
economics,
Economics,
literature,
literature in
uh,
English.
French,
Yeah.
and what I name them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Commerce.
you don't
Mm.
have chemistry, WAEC, anything
Yeah.
there. What you have to do is to do an online high school in Canada.
Really?
So yes, I know people who had to do like say chemistry or just biology, or even 4 courses: chemistry, English, biology. Because if your WAEC results is not up to what they are looking for, they'll ask you to, do that course to get your chemistry, or yours. Let's say you don't have maths at all, or you don't have chemistry at all, or you had a C6 in chemistry and the school does not accept C6 in chemistry. You have to go do chemistry online
Mm.
and get your or in Ontario they have you can get your Ontario, secondary school diploma when you're done with that. So there's
Okay.
a way to get your,
So,
let me just call it WAEC in quotes, online in Canada.
wow. So does it mean you can run that from home? I mean, from your home country. Can you do that without visa?
Yeah, some of those schools, for some of those, you can do it from outside Canada. It doesn't require, it's just an online thing. It's just
Yeah.
like going to a secondary school online. When it's time
Mm.
for exam, somebody's going to proctor you. Some of them have in-person exams. That's where it gets tricky. If it's from
Okay.
outside Ontario, you
Mm.
probably write it with somebody proctoring you on a video
Okay.
call, video conference call or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's good. So, is there any other supporting documentation apart from um these basic documents you talked about? Educational. You focused on educational qualification. That is senior secondary in education. SSCE, which is
Mm-hmm.
usually WAEC in Nigeria. NECO will be recognized as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Now, whatever
Some
it,
schools accept NECO. I don't know if all
okay,
the schools accept NECO,
okay,
but I'm
okay,
sure of WAEC. Yeah.
okay. WAEC is for people in West Africa, but whatever
Yes.
high school you have from whatever country you are coming from, you can also get it. Okay, so apart from these basic educational requirements, are there some other documentations that will be submitted at the admission stage? Yeah.
I think it should just be identity documents.
Mhm.
Um, some nursing programs in Canada are not open to international students. So
Interesting.
if that is the case,
Mm,
yeah, you have to provide your resident status in
okay.
Canada. Um, that's basically it. For
Okay, so
education, as far as educational requirements are concerned, this is just it. They don't usually require IELTS or anything of the
okay,
sort.
okay.
Yeah,
So no IELTS.
I didn't write IELTS. So
IELTS. Okay. So for some people that don't like IELTS, no IELTS. You can study nursing in
no,
Canada
most
without
times no.
IELTS. Okay. So tell us of some of the schools. You're in Humber College, right? So
Yeah,
what are some of the schools? I know many of the people that watch this video are international students. You know, some people already come to Canada and want to study nursing, right? They have
yes.
come into Canada and want to study nursing. But I know some of the people that watch this video will be international students. So what are some of the colleges they can go to? You know, what are some of the institutions that can offer nursing for them? Mm,
So, like, I think it's because of the shortage of nurses in Canada, but these are really opening up in terms of nursing education. In the
mm,
past, only
mm.
universities could offer bachelor degree programs in nursing. But
Okay,
recently, a lot of colleges are, having their own standalone bachelor programs. Before, colleges had to have a collaborative, arrangement with the university to be able to have a bachelor's program. But now they have standalone, just like Humber had with UMB.
mm,
But that collaboration is ending now. Humber now has its own standalone nursing degree program.
degree.
So in terms of,
Yes.
yeah, Bachelor of Nursing, a lot of colleges are doing. Humber College is doing it for Ontario. Seneca College is doing it. Name them: Sheridan, George Brown.
Yeah.
Basically, all the colleges in Ontario are doing
Yeah.
bachelor's
And outside
programs.
Ontario, there will be a lot of
Outside Ontario
colleges.
as well. Some
Yeah.
of them might still be collaborating with a
The
university,
university.
but a lot of colleges have bachelor's programs now in
Oh.
nursing.
So apart from bachelor's, there is also option of doing it as a college program, right?
Okay, yes. So again, there are two kinds of nursing in Canada.
Yes. Good.
There are two kinds of nurses. There are registered nurses and there are practical nurses. So if you
Okay.
want to be a practical nurse, what you need to do is a college diploma. It usually runs for about 2 years. So
Okay.
that one is a college diploma. It's strictly done in colleges. But
Oh,
for registered nurses, you have to do a bachelor's degree program, either in a college or in a university.
okay. Is it, I've heard things like in a bachelor, which is normally 4 years, apart from the accelerated program you're doing, the 4 years program, I've heard that if you go 2 years, you can start doing a nursing job. Is that true?
The 4-year program.
Yeah.
So no, you can't do nursing per se because nursing is a licensed occupation. You can't be a nurse if you don't have the license
Okay.
to practice as a nurse.
So can you
But
do practical nurse? Just go ahead, yeah.
no, what happens is that after your first clinical placement, some nursing students can work as personal support workers, they can work as clinical externs. So these are basically people who help in the hospitals or long-term care homes. They don't practice as full nurses, but they help. They do the job
Yeah.
of like nurse aides and personal support workers and
At
things
least,
like that.
they can
Not
explain that they're actually
unregulated.
studying. Yeah.
Yeah, they provide unregulated duties, just basic stuff that
Oh, I can
you
relate
are
with
not
that because
licensed
lawyers do legal assistance. You know, some
at.
doctors still trying to get their license can also be medical, support and all that. So it makes sense that they're in school and they can work. Okay. Okay, let's go into like the life of a nursing student. How is it like? How is the experience like? You know, and
Oh,
combine. I know if we go into that, this video will be very long. You know, your life, the other things you do,
yeah.
family, and all that. How is it like? How do you combine it? Having to work abroad.
Well,
Yeah.
I honestly I tell people that there's no course that is easy when you're studying it abroad. That's the truth. Even
Mm,
if you're studying like language or something
mm,
you feel is easy,
mm,
it's never easy because a lot of factors are in play here. But for a nursing student, I think there's more stress. First of all, you have clinical placements. For example, in Canada, students are not paid for clinical placements. So there's a financial pressure. And if you're doing like an accelerated program like I am, it means you don't have any holidays. So during the summer, you're in school. During winter, you're in school. During fall, you're
mm,
in school.
mm,
And then the nursing curriculum is designed in such a way that it's going to give you that pressure. Maybe they do it intentionally so that you feel the pressure of, being a real nurse
yeah.
from when you're in school. I don't know if that's the intention, but I don't know any nursing program that is easy, but I can tell you that it is doable.
Mm,
People
mm,
get through it. I don't know how they do it, but people do. I think it's just by taking it one step at a time. So, like every other course in Canada, it's not easy. Maybe it's tougher. I don't know. I haven't tried any other program, but I know
yeah.
it's doable. I know it's doable.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's about that confidence, you know. I tell people coming abroad, coming
Yeah,
abroad, you will
confidence,
face
staying on top
challenge.
of your
Yeah.
assignments, on top of your studies, just being on top of everything. The thing with
Mm,
schooling abroad is once you miss it, like you have like 2 weeks
mm.
backlog, you're in trouble
Backlog.
already.
Yeah.
So
Other things
staying on
are
top of
piling on
this,
top of it.
piling up,
Yeah.
yeah. And then if you have family too, a lot of sacrifices need to be made.
Mm,
If you have like your own family, like you have a spouse and children, they will
mm,
have to make some sacrifices as well.
yeah.
Because at some point in nursing school, you may not be able to work as much as you would
You want.
want to. So
Mm,
finances have to be balanced one way or another.
mm.
So there's also the sacrifice of time. Like I said, there are clinical placements. Clinical placements are like full-time work.
And
Sometimes it's twice a
it's part
week.
of the program,
It's part of the
part of the
program and it's
study.
not paid. Yes, it's
Okay.
part of the program. So sometimes in the beginning, it might be like once a week kind of thing. As you progress, you can do like twice a week. Then in your consolidation semester, that's the last semester, you're going to be working full time, like 40 hours a week
Interesting.
and without pay. So it's tough and stressful as well, but it's doable.
Okay, so how is the job market for nurses? You know, are they in demand? You know, there's another video I'll make about health workers, nurses, doctors, you know, how they can become permanent residents. That's why I ask people to subscribe to this channel. You're going to hear a lot of things.
Mhm.
Okay, so how is the demand for nurses in the job, you know, job wise? Is there a demand? Are there employment opportunities? How is it much, you know? Mm,
Yeah, like nursing is one career in Canada that there's always a shortage. Everywhere on the news, they always say there is a nursing shortage, there's a nursing shortage. So of course, nursing is in demand and will always be in demand for a couple of reasons, which I won't go into now.
okay,
One being that Canada has an aging population to begin with, and
interesting.
somebody needs to take care of that population.
Mm,
And a couple of other reasons. Nurses are always in demand in Canada. There's a
mm,
huge market for nurses. Like, it's so serious that new grads don't even spend so much time. As soon as they're getting out of school, they're already working even before they write their licensing exams. That's
mm,
how much in demand nurses are.
mm,
So yeah,
mm,
there's room for anybody that is
mm.
aspiring to be a nurse.
Yeah, so the Canadian dream, wherever country you want to come from, nursing is a good place to explore, you know. Today is nursing we are talking about. So there are other areas, but we know nursing is something good, you know, the demand is there. So if you come study here, you can get in. If you won't even have to stay too long. There are always jobs. There's always shortage of nurses. So about the visa process, which is somewhere to start, right? So what kind of documentation do you think someone will have to put in to get their visa, after getting admission? Because I know admission is different from visa. There are two different
Yeah,
steps, two different
right.
application process. Yeah, you can just, what do you think? How do you think someone can get the visa? Mm,
Yeah, of course, it's you have to always reference the IRCC website. Everything you need to know for your visa is there.
yeah.
One of it being your proof of funds. You have to be able to show that you have the money to stay in Canada for the period you'll be studying. The
Mm,
next thing will be, your ties to your home country, your
mm,
identity documents, and
mm,
all the other documents they require. But very, very important. I feel like you need to also add your statement of purpose. You need to be able to explain to the visa officer why you want to study nursing, especially if you're switching from a career that is not related to nursing. I feel
yes.
like you have to do a good job at explaining your intentions, because
Mm,
a study permit is given on the premise that you're going to go back to your home country when you're done. So you have to explain how you want to use the education you want, nursing education you want to acquire in Canada back home. So a strong letter of support will really go a long way to convince that visa officer. And then any other documents that you
yeah.
see on the IRCC website, just
That
show that.
statement is
Yeah.
that statement of purpose you said is very important, because sometimes people are switching, so you need to be able to connect it. Okay, thank you, Coach. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. Please like, share, subscribe, to this channel. You're going to be getting more information. Me, I'm a lawyer. The day I'll release my own information on the licensing process, you're really going to enjoy it. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, guys. Hope you enjoyed our content. Please subscribe to this channel for more helpful information to everyone. If you know someone now that would love to study nursing in Canada, this video is for them. Please share it with them. Tell them to subscribe for more content as well.